Hello ladies and gentlemen, Lonzer437 here. Today I'm going to be doing a video about the World War II German collar liner and how to properly install it into your reenacting blouse. I think that this is a really nice piece of kit for reenacting. I've been reenacting for about 5 years now and finally broke down to getting one. This piece of kit generally is something that people kind of browse over when at vendors at reenactments or even internet vendors. We look at it, we acknowledge it's there, and then we basically ignore it. Um, but I've broken down and gotten one. I've been to several reenactments over the years where my neck genuinely gets itchy and breaks out in an uncomfortable rash, and I end up going home looking like I have a bunch of hickeys on my neck. So I've broken down and I've gotten one I used one from at the front. Um, in World War II, the Germans designed it for the same exact thing, to protect your neck from the wool of the collar. And like I said, in some respects, it can be a bit stylish to wear. But how do we install this into our blouse? When I first got this collar liner, there were no how-tos on how to install it or how to wear it. So basically everything I know about this piece of kit, I've studied from photos of German soldiers wearing it. So how do we install this piece? So you'll see all up and down this collar liner, there are buttonholes. There are 5 buttonholes. And then on the one end, there is a button. And on the opposite end, on the other side, there is a white buttonhole right here. So like this is a pretty, it looks complicated, but it's really not. So how do we install it? How is it worn? Well, say that this is installed in the tunic. The way you wear it is that these 3 buttonholes right here will be attached to these 3 buttons, like so. These 2 ends will be droopy, flopped over, unattached to the blouse. When you put the tunic on, you basically cross these 2 pieces so that this white buttonhole buttons up with this button so that it is worn crisscross applesauce like this. And it basically wraps around your neck like a scarf. Kind of. So let's attach it, and then I'll show you kind of in more depth how it is worn. So here it is. I've just attached the liner to the collar. Now, let's say that the blouse is open, you're just putting it on. You take these 2 pieces and you cross them over and button them up so that the black button is buttoning up with the white buttonhole, like so. Now your neck is in the center and it is protected from the wool of the collar so that you don't get any rashes or feel any discomfort. And then you basically button up the rest of your tunic like so. Now, one more thing before I go with the collar liner. You'll notice that on the outside there are 2, on the green side of the collar liner, there are 2 more buttonholes that aren't attached to any parts of the tunic. Well, if you look on the inside of the tunic, there's a buttonhole here and a buttonhole here. And basically, in World War II, if you were on the march and it's really hot out, let's say you're marching across the plains of Russia, Uh, your officer might say, hey, open up the hook and eye part of your tunic to keep cooler. Maybe unbutton the first button on your blouse so that you can open up your blouse and get some air inside so you're not roasting to death. When you do that, if you're wearing a collar liner and he gives that order, basically you unbutton the collar, and then on the green side you button the collar liner to these buttons inside the blouse. So that way, while you're marching, they aren't getting in the way, they aren't flapping around all over the place. You can secure your collar liner to the inside of your tunic, like so. Well, that one's having a hard time buttoning up. But you basically get the idea. And that is the World War II German collar liner. If you guys have any more questions about this, please shoot me a question in the comments section. But that's how you basically attach a World War II German collar liner. Thanks, everybody. See you out in the field.